I love doing these videos, particularly when clients have asked me to address certain questions. You might call them FAQs. So I'm going to take about 3 of the top questions I've been asked. But what I'm going to encourage you to do, if you're watching this video and you have another one that I have not addressed on a video, let us know. We can get back on camera and do another FAQ video as a follow-up. One of the first questions I get often asked is, how long will this speaker speak? And I guess the answer is, how long do you want them to speak? Most keynote presentations, not master classes, but keynote presentations tend to be 45 minutes to an hour. Now that can be any combination. It can be 30 minutes of a presentation followed by 30 minutes of Q&A, 15 minutes of a presentation followed by 30 minutes of a Q&A. But the typical time frame is in that 45 to 60 minute window. Now, that begs the question, but what other stuff will they do? Well, it depends. It depends on really how high level is the celebrity status of the person. So there are speakers that are super generous with their time. They'll come in the night before, they'll go to dinner, they'll come down and do the sound check first thing in the morning, they'll speak, they'll do a breakout, they'll sign their books. I mean, that's not uncommon. But there are celebrities of stature who want to shorten the window, shorten the time frame. And post-COVID, some people have some real restrictions about shaking hands and being around a lot of people, eating meals with people. So it's really almost a case-by-case situation for sure. Another question I get asked is, what's a typical speaker's fee? Well, I guess that's where I should bring out my handbag analogy. If you follow my blogs, you may have already read this, but if you haven't, it's worth a repeat. I like to use the handbag analogy because I think it's important to start with the question, why do most people carry a handbag? And I think if we polled all of the people that carry handbags, the answer would be a place to put my sunglasses, somewhere to carry my cell phone, my car keys, and my lipstick. I mean, those are the essentials, right? So if that's the purpose of a handbag, then I know for a fact that I can see a Target practically out my window, and they have some good looking handbags at super duper affordable prices. I mean, it gets the job done. They're cute. It's a very economically friendly solution to the handbag question or the handbag dilemma. But I guess there might be another reason that people carry handbags. And sometimes it's a little bit of a status symbol, to be quite frank with you. They save and they're happy and proud to be carrying a designer bag with a well-known label. And there's, no judgment here. I might have one or two myself. But then you have to realize that, first of all, you probably won't find that handbag at Target. It's going to be sold at a more exclusive location. And depending on how big of a name, it might even be on limited distribution. And so I think that's a good analogy for speakers. I know for a fact that there are some incredible speakers out there in the $5,000, $7,500, $10,000 range. Great people. They're not going to fill an arena because they're not household names. If you want what we call a marquee name, that when people hear that name, they're like, I'm clearing my calendar, I'm going to this event, you're going to pay a similar price by comparison to what you would pay for the designer handbag. So the answer is that GDA speakers, we rarely book an in-person speaker for less than about $10,000, to be honest with you. We can't really make the math work because we get paid a very small percentage. And the fees go from that $10,000 all the way up well over $100,000. I think we may have booked some speakers for over $200,000. So it's a range.